Freedom can actually be pretty boring. You've got to realize that. Hey everyone, I'm Grand Hall, and welcome to Let's Play Molyneux Text-Based Cooking Simulator 2013. So we've got another Twine game here, so let's get into this. You check your watch. It's about that time. Stomach's growling, and you've got to eat. Time to cook something, I guess. Well, let's get to it. Currently you've collected absolutely nothing. Best get started. Alright, let's check the refrigerator. You open the refrigerator and look in. Let's see. There's a block of cheddar cheese. There's a couple of eggs. There's a can of Pepsi. There's half a red onion. There's some bagged lettuce. There's some French dressing. There's some grape jelly. There's a jar of red sauce. I think I'm gonna grab the eggs. You take the carton of eggs and set them down on the counter. What else? Let's see. Currently you've collected a couple of eggs. Let's go back to the refrigerator. I'm not reading all that again. Let's grab the block of cheddar cheese. You take the cheddar cheese out of the refrigerator and place it on the counter. What else? Back to the refrigerator. Let's grab that half a red onion. You take the container with your half an onion out of the refrigerator and put it on the counter. What else? I wonder if there's anything in the freezer that'll go well with this. You open up the freezer and look in as a cold blast of air hits you. Let's see. There's some frozen chicken breasts. There's some frozen Italian sausage. There's a frozen pizza. There's a half-eaten container of rainbow sherbet. I think I'm going to grab the Italian sausage. You take the package of frozen sausages out of the freezer and set them down on the counter. What else? Currently you've collected a block of cheddar cheese, a couple of eggs, half a red onion, some frozen Italian sausage. Let's check out what's in the pantry. You open up the door to the pantry and look inside. Let's see. There's some spaghetti noodles. There's some taco shells. There's a can of chicken noodle soup. There's a bag of croutons. There's a bag of Doritos. There's half a loaf of sandwich bread. I don't think there's anything here that's actually going to help with what I'm going for. Let's check the spice rack. You lean down and take a good look at the spice rack by the stove. Let's see. There's Italian spices. There's salt, of course. There's pepper, of course. There's some hot sauce. There's a packet of taco seasoning. Let's take the hot sauce. You take the bottle of hot sauce and set it down on the counter in easy reach. What else? Let's go back to the spice rack and grab the pepper as well. You take the shaker of pepper and set it on the counter in easy reach. Currently you've collected a block of cheddar cheese, a couple of eggs, a half a red onion, some frozen Italian sausage, pepper, a bottle of hot sauce. Let's make some scrambled eggs. What should be in your scrambled eggs? Maybe some cheddar cheese? Sure. Some cheddar cheese sounds like a good idea. What else? What should be in your scrambled eggs? Cheddar cheese, of course. Maybe some Italian sausage? Sure. Some Italian sausage sounds like a good idea. What else? What should be in your scrambled eggs? Cheddar cheese, of course. Italian sausage, of course. Maybe some red onion? Sure. Red onion sounds like a good idea. Nothing else to add in there, so I guess it's time to get started and thaw the meat! You take the sausage and put it on a plate, then put it in the microwave to thaw it. Let's thaw the meat. You watch the meat spin about on the plate as the microwave thaws it. Wait! You watch the meat spin about on the plate as the microwave thaws it. Wait! The microwave dings, and you take the thawed meat out and set the plate on the counter. Let's chop up the meat. Grabbing a cutting board and a knife from your knife block, you chop up the sausage into small pieces. Let's get a skillet and cook that meat. You grab a skillet and put it on the stove, lying the burner. I believe there's a T missing there. You add the sausage and start cooking. Wait! You watch the sausage cooking in the skillet. Wait! You watch the sausage cooking in the skillet. Wait! You watch the sausage cooking in the skillet. Wait! You watch the sausage cooking in the skillet. How long is this going to take? You watch the sausage cooking in the skillet. You watch the sausage cooking in the skillet. You watch the sausage cooking in the skillet. Everything looks great. You set the cooked sausage aside. Time to chop the onion. Putting the half of the onion onto your cutting board, you chop up some fine bits of red onion for your scrambled eggs. Well, let's grate the cheese now. Getting out your cheese grater, you rub the block of cheddar cheese up and down the surface until you have a good amount of grated cheese. Well, let's start cooking the eggs. You grab a skillet and place it on the stove, lighting the burner. Crack the egg into the skillet. You crack the egg carefully into the skillet, then lightly scramble it with your spatula. Wait, I thought I had a couple of eggs, not just one. Add everything else. You toss everything else into the skillet, mixing it with the egg. Wait! You watch as the eggs cook in the skillet, occasionally moving them with your spatula. Wait! You watch as... This again! You watch as the eggs cook in the skillet, occasionally moving them with your spatula. Wait a minute, I only put one egg in the skillet. Why is it plural now? You watch as the eggs cook in the skillet, occasionally moving them with your spatula. You watch as the eggs cook in the skillet, occasionally moving them with your spatula. You watch as the eggs cook in the skillet, occasionally moving them with your spatula. You take the skillet off of the stove, turning it off, and move it onto a plate. Should you add anything? Let's add the pepper. You shake some pepper onto your eggs. What else? Should you add anything? It has pepper on it. Let's add some hot sauce. You pour some hot sauce all over your eggs. What else? Well, nothing more to add. So grab a fork and have some... Grab a fork and have some scrambled eggs. You grab a fork, sit down, and have a mouthful of your scrambled eggs. The Italian sausage is an odd touch, but not bad, really. You know, I regularly put Italian sausage into my eggs, and I would not say it's an odd touch. It is delicious. The onion and cheese really adds a bit of needed flavor to the dish. The hot sauce really gives some kick, too. It's great. You shovel the eggs into your mouth. You know, come to think of it, this is actually oddly similar to what I had for breakfast this morning. I didn't have any Italian sausage in the freezer, but I used some uncooked chicken nuggets, put them in the skillet, fried them up decently, put in some cheese, put in the eggs, mixed it all together, and put some hot sauce on top of it. Oh, and spinach. Spinach was in there too. It was delicious. Delicious. Well, anyway, I'm Grant Hall. See you guys next time.